Hey everyone, welcome back to No Barriers Growth. Now, one thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to put you onto game. There are so many hidden gems when it comes to Merter. This I call the secret modest fashion mall, where you can find so many hundreds of modest fashion items for a fraction of the price that you will find outside. So anybody that has physically come to Merter, you would know there's the main Merter strip that consists of a lot of kind of modest fashion and wholesalers and vendors. But there's also malls in Merter that people overlook. And yes, guys, I'm going to be showing you this amazing mall. This mall mainly consists of modest fashion and modest wear. I mean, you can kind of see the people who are buying it. But I'm going to be showing you guys this amazing mall. So if you're physically coming to Turkey, there are so many malls that are within Merter, and so many people overlook these malls, but you can get yourself a really good bargain. I mean, you can get $3 skirts, $4 tops, $8 jackets. Like, this is like another hidden gem. And you know me, guys, I know this industry inside out. And when I discovered this mall about 3 years ago, I was like, yep, I gotta let my YouTubers see this. So guys, this video is going to be a little bit more different. It's not really going to be talking that much about each individual vendor. We're going to come back to this vendor later on in the video. But this mall consists of around 7 different floors. There's dresses, there's even trousers, cargo pants. These all start from $5. The abayas hair and the dresses started from $8. Now, don't get me wrong, some of these dresses, it's given old maiden. I mean, I personally would never wear it. But, you know, different people like different things. So let's get into why you should definitely come to this mall. Now, this modest fashion mall has so many modest fashion vendors, guys. It's a secret hidden gem. And I'm going to show you some more downstairs. One of my favorite brands, guys, are called Cole, which have some amazing modest fashion t-shirts. So come with me. As you guys can see, they have pantaloons, they have modest dresses, they have shirts. I mean, this is literally, guys, a hidden gem for very affordable modest fashion pieces. Cole basically, guys, is focused on hijab fashion and modest fashion. What I love about this particular brand, Merhaba. They have some beautiful items. As you can see here, they actually have the pictures on the model. So again, guys, if you are somebody starting a modest fashion brand, or you're catering for Muslim consumers, then this is the place for you. What I like about this brand, guys, is that wholesaler, guys, they have hundreds and hundreds of kind of modest tops and shirts and jackets. I mean, the list basically goes on. And for example, this is their new season. As you can tell, you can always tell by the new season, guys, by the colors. So right now I have like the lilacs, the turquoise and the white. And as you can see here, they come in a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces per series. And the size will start from 38, which is basically a small, all the way through to size 46. And when it does come to modest fashion pieces, guys, or wholesalers catering for Muslim consumers in particular, the sizes, like a small size, will kind of be a bit bigger. So this one, guys, will start from $6. So it's realistically, this whole series will cost you anywhere between $25 per series. As you guys can see here, they have more styles. I mean, I love these kind of cute chic styles here. And for example, Fiat,
6.
and this one would be 6. So the majority of shirts here, guys, would be around $6. And again, guys, these are kind of the new season collections. And again, on their Instagram, on their Telegram, and their WhatsApp, they will actually send you the pictures. So you can actually see the pictures on how they look on the models. As you can see here, it's passing. Most of the wholesalers, if you ask them for the images and the videos, they will happily send it to you. I personally, anybody who's serious about launching a fashion brand or wants their brand to be taken seriously, I wouldn't recommend using vendors' images because it's very evident that it's from Turkey. I see so many modest fashion brands in the USA just using the vendors' images, and I'm like, why? Why would you do that, man? Like, you've completely tarnished your brand in a sense where if you're looking to launch a fashion brand, you want your aesthetic to look great. And if you're using the vendor's wholesale images to promote your brand, it just doesn't look great. I mean, have you gone on TikTok and you can just see people using the vendor's images from Turkey for their TikTok shops? And I'm like, I get that it's fast fashion and some people are launching brands to make a quick buck, but ain't no one gonna take you seriously launching an actual credible modest fashion brand using wholesale images. So my advice to a lot of people, I wouldn't recommend you to use the vendors' images. It's a lot of questions that people ask me all the time. No, videos, if you want to run like a little Facebook ad using the vendors' videos, then by all means you can. But a lot of these images, they will not appeal to all markets. So a lot of people buying from here, some are from Iran, some are from the Middle Eastern countries. Like a lot of these items, they're targeted to different demographics. So for the most part, a lot of people based maybe in the UK and the USA, I would honestly say this isn't really our style. It's just... I don't want to be rude, but fashion is very subjective. But for the most part, different countries have a different kind of style that they're wearing. And a lot of these wholesalers, if you ask them who their core audience is, they're not mentioned in the UK or the USA because that's not their main demographic. But like I said, don't overlook some of these wholesalers because you can get simple plain, you know, shirts like this. And these will start from $4 to $5. And again, most of these will not be 100% linen or cotton. Some will be like 40% cotton, 20% viscose and polyester. So again, don't expect the best of the best quality, but sometimes you can come across a really good, you know, design. And a lot of these wholesalers, guys, they do have similar designs to the ones you'll see on the main Merter strip. As I mentioned, it's cheaper for these wholesalers to rent out a showroom in the mall than the actual main wholesale district. And that's why people often overlook these smaller wholesalers and vendors. But some of them are selling the same thing you're seeing from some of your favorite vendors in the front of Merter or the main Merter wholesale strip. So always check out malls and cross-examine price points. I mentioned, guys, this particular mall is dedicated to modest wear. Now, when I say modest wear, I don't just mean traditional Islamic wear. There is this generalization or stereotype that modest fashion belongs to a certain segment or customer profile of people. Modest fashion is for all. Yes, most modest fashion vendors in Turkey are appealing and selling their items to those who are Muslim, but you do not need to be a Muslim to dress modestly. Christians dress modestly, Jewish women, you know, dress modestly. You don't even have to be religious to dress modestly. So if you are looking for modest fashion, don't feel like you still can't come to this mall, because these plain shirts, right, that might be great for your boutique. Maybe you're someone simply looking for long sleeve maxi dresses, you know, oversized shirts. Then you're going to still find this in this mall, because for the most part, modest fashion vendors are always going to have the long sleeves and the high necklines, and it's not going to be too fitted. Again, most of these vendors are targeting certain clientele. So those who are, as I call, hijabis, or the hijab fashion movement, as I say, they don't really want figure hugging, tight-waisted items. And therefore, most of the items in this mall are going to have a baggy, oversized fit. And that might work for somebody who's looking for oversized shirts. As I mentioned, if you're looking for anything modest, then this particular wholesaler for shirts is great. And the prices start from $4 all the way to $9. This is another amazing wholesaler based in this mall. This one's called LTW Modest Wear, and this vendor specializes in maxi dresses. And all these dresses are no higher than, I think it was $12. So they start from $9 to $12. You'll probably see these dresses in other wholesalers, but they'll be charging you $15, $20 or $30. Like I said, I'm putting you guys onto game. I'm showing you the tips and the hidden gems. So let's get straight into it. It's absolutely amazing. I love the quality, guys. I mean, the pieces are absolutely gorgeous. And as you guys can see here, most of the modest fashion pieces will start from 38 all the way through to 46. So basically be small, medium, large, extra large and XXL. But bear in mind, guys, always go down a size if you're based in the USA. And for example, Fiat, how much is this one?
Fiat,
$10.
So these ones, guys, start from $10. So you're spending $10, $20, $30, $50, guys, for one series, which is absolutely amazing. Now, as you guys can see here as well, they kind of have different kind of styles. So these are also kind of lower neck styles, and these ones are more high neck. And as mentioned before, most of these collections, guys, they will have different colors. So if you see a particular model, they will have probably around 6 to 7. I mean, in this instance, guys, they have around 6 different colors. And for example, how much are these ones?
11.
These ones are $11. And again, guys, they come in a series of 5. And they also have shirts. These are also modest fashion shirts, guys. So they're going to come up to kind of like, you know, past the waist length. How much is this one, for example?
$7.
So these guys here start from $7. So most of the shirts, guys, will start from $7 all the way through to 8 and upwards. And again, guys, most of these shirts will come in like, you know, a series of 4 or 5 pieces. As mentioned before, guys, when it comes to modest fashion pieces, most of the items are kind of oversized anyway. So if you are getting like a shirt that might be a small, it could probably fit somebody who's a medium or a large. This is the newest collections right here, guys, that recently came in. Right now, guys, more and more modest fashion wholesalers are becoming just a bit more unique with the designs and adding kind of embellishments. Of course, these products will be a bit more, but there won't be more, guys, than $10. And as you guys can see here, this is a prime example why I keep saying to people, you cannot just randomly come to Turkey and buy random clothing or think you can figure it out when you get here. There are thousands of vendors. Most vendors are selling, if not the same thing or similar styles at different price points. That's why I say to people, before you purchase anything from Turkey, cross-examine different vendors, the price points, the fabric, because I guarantee you, let me give you an example. This orange shirt, guarantee you can find this in another wholesale store, but they will charge you more. Same shirt, same fabric, but that vendor will charge a bit more. However, if you're not somebody that understands how the wholesale market works in Turkey, or you haven't screened a magnitude of vendors, you're going to basically buy anything that you see and think it's cheap. This wholesale mall, this hidden modest fashion mall, as I call it, has most of the items you see from the majority of vendors on the main Merter district strip, but this one is cheaper. Secondly, a lot of I'll call them resellers. A lot of vendors in Lalali, especially Lalali, they'll come to Merter and Gunjaran, they'll buy the clothing from here for like $3, $4, $5, open a whole new wholesaler in Lalali, and then overcharge people. Now, this does not apply to all vendors in Lalali, but if you're looking for everyday shirts, everyday attire, I wouldn't recommend Lalali. I would recommend you sourcing that from Merter and Gunjaran. Lalali is great for wedding wear and occasion wear, but as far as these kind of shirts, most of these shirts in Turkey, guys, prices are $4 to $7. I've never come across any of these shirts that are higher than $10. So make sure you're cross-examining different vendors before you purchase your stock. Now, this is another amazing modest fashion wholesaler in this mall called NYX. Not the makeup, guys. This is a wholesaler. Now, I have to say one thing. This wholesaler surprised me. Oftentimes, guys, I can be typical. I can judge a wholesaler, just look at the clothing and be like, yeah, polyester nonsense is going to be crap. Hands down, I was shocked. The quality of this particular wholesaler was one of the best wholesalers in Merter. Not the mall, in Merter. I was very surprised. Like, the quality was impeccable. Most of it was chiffon fabric, and what I love the most is that it comes with the adjustable belts. The best thing is all of the maxi dresses in this wholesaler were $15. So the dresses behind me, they're all $15. Guys, this was heavy. Like, these dresses were very similar to the kind of styles and fabric of that from the mainstream retailers like H&M, kind of Zara, COS, Mango, very same quality. I was really surprised, and this is what I mean about oftentimes we overlook and we judge wholesalers based on how big they are. If it's not a big wholesaler and it's not on the main road, it must not be great. I beg to differ. This wholesaler had better quality garments than the ones that I see in Merter that are very well known. And the best part, guys, is they're all $15. So if you're new to launching a modest fashion brand and have a small budget, this is a prime example, guys, of finding these hidden gems, these hidden malls, these hidden wholesalers that have the same quality as some of the mainstream fashion brands we love and know. And with $60, you're getting a really good bargain, guys. $60 for one pack. This was one of my favorite, guys. This was super heavy. As you can see, I could barely hold it. I was struggling to hold the garments. I was really shocked by this. This was also $15. Honestly, guys, if I went to like a mainstream fashion brand like Marks and Spencer's and this was retailing for like £70, I would buy it. The quality was honestly impeccable and one of the best qualities in the whole of Merter. As I mentioned, everyone, if you are looking for more affordable, modest wear and you're looking for items that, again, I see a lot of people have these styles, but not a lot of modest fashion brands have all of these styles. I would highly recommend it, especially people who are maybe launching a modest fashion brand, but on a cheaper budget. I think a lot of people have this idea of, I need millions or thousands upon thousands to launch a business. The luxury of buying wholesale, guys, is you can test the market. You can launch your fashion brand with a 5-piece collection, a 10-piece collection. Yo, there's people launching the 3 pieces. Don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. But the whole idea is before you start going into manufacturing or before you start buying lots of quantities, I will never understand people launching a fashion brand and buying lots of quantities without testing the market, each to their own. This is what Turkey provides. It gives you that leverage to buy one pack. There are no minimums when it comes to Turkey. And I would always recommend people, if you're new to sourcing from Turkey, please, for the life of you, for the life of your startup, for the life of your finances, start small. Do not allow people to force you to buy more than you need. Imagine coming to Turkey, buying lots of items, and then you can't sell it. Now you look stupid because you've run and bought items that you could not sell. Then you got to try and liquidate it, and there's no guarantee you could even do that. So the whole point of me launching No Barriers Growth was to really educate people that there are wholesale districts and markets across the globe where you do have the luxury of buying 1 or 2 packs and you can test the market. Also, guys, when it comes to modest fashion, just make sure if you're going to launch a modest fashion brand, you're solving an actual problem within the industry. Far too much modest fashion brands all look the same, selling dresses and outdated styles. Like every modest fashion brand, especially in the US, they all look the same. And it's like, when did modest fashion just become maxi dresses? There is more to modest fashion than what people think. And if you're looking to tap into this industry, solve a problem. I guarantee you, if you solve a problem within modest fashion, you will be able to launch a very thriving modest fashion brand. But if you're launching a modest fashion brand just for the sake of, I want to sell pretty dresses, I want to be an entrepreneur so I can say I'm an entrepreneur, that's not how it works. And please avoid using the vendor's images. It just declasses your brand. You are a representation of your brand and your business. If you want people to look at your brand and be like, wow, this is a good modest fashion brand, then make sure you market it that way. And using vendors' images is probably the last thing you should be doing. But I hope you guys found this video really informative as always. As I mentioned, guys, I forgot the name of the mall because the mall doesn't even have a sign. This is the thing. It doesn't even have a sign. It doesn't even have a sign, guys. So give me a couple of days. I'm going to reach out to my team in Turkey to get the name of the mall, and I'll get them to come on YouTube and put the name. You're probably thinking, wait, Annabelle, you put this video up and you can't even give us the name of the mall. I can't give you the name of something that I don't even know. I can't remember, guys. For years, I walked past this mall because I didn't even know it was a mall. It looks like a warehouse, but I will get that sorted. But I hope you guys found this video really informative. And for all those who are physically planning on coming to Turkey, check out this mall because you're going to find some really high quality items for a far cheaper discounted rate. And as I mentioned, guys, most of these vendors do not have online websites you can buy from. But that's why I'm working on a secret project where you'll be able to buy from these vendors shortly. But that's it, guys, for this week's video. I'll be back again next week with more vendors. Take care. That concludes another wholesale Turkey video. I hope you guys found it really informative as always. I deeply apologize, guys, for forgetting the actual name of the mall. I will get my team or a member of my team to come back on YouTube and update it in the next couple of days. But I hope you guys just really understand just how much amazing vendors there are in Turkey, especially when it comes to modest fashion. And I hope it helps a lot of you guys who are physically coming to Turkey to not overlook some of the vendors that might end up being the vendors you need to be working with. As I mentioned, guys, most vendors in Turkey do not have websites. That's why I'm launching an amazing B2B platform launching early next year. Make sure you sign up to sourcetop10.com. And if you do require more information about how to launch a fashion brand, or just general information about manufacturing, sourcing, or anything when it comes to Turkey, then yes, we have our website, No Barriers Growth, where we have an array of just services and also free blog posts, including how to find manufacturers for your clothing brand. And yes, all those, do we sell modest fashion list? Yes, we have vendor lists on our YouTube channel and also our website. So if you're looking to cross-examine different modest fashion vendors, then yes, we have an amazing modest fashion vendor list that has an assortment of modest fashion wholesalers. Anyways, y'all, I have to head out. I got business meetings and B2B platforms to work on. So I'll be back again, guys, next week with more wholesale content. But I hope now you guys have found this hidden modest fashion mall and you're able to get started on your modest fashion journey. Anyways, y'all, take care. I gotta go. See ya. Bye.